Hello everyone, Vincent Briatore here. It's good to be here. Today I wanted to share kind of a silly story that happened to me a while back. And I don't mean to alienate anybody with this story. Okay, it was just my reaction. So a while back I went out with this girl a couple times. And she was pretty cool. She was intelligent, okay? There's a lot of things I could relate to her with, and we had really good conversations. Even the things that I disagreed with her on, she made a very good intellectual argument. So I respected her opinion. So it seemed really good. It's very promising. Then, finally, I go to her house, right? I go to her house, and it's a mess. You know, it's real trashy. I don't mean to judge, okay? But when I have someone over, male, female, it doesn't matter. I get my place is on point. It's on point. I like that, you know, your image is important, and you don't want to look like a slob. Maybe she did clean up. If she cleaned up, and that is cleaned up, then I'm very worried. I'm very worried. You know the classic clothes everywhere on the floor. You know, and then she had these two Chihuahuas running around everywhere like bosses. These, you know, I sit on this futon. Okay, it's a futon couch, and she got the dogs jumping all over me and stuff, and I'm just like trying to be polite, but I don't like strange dogs jumping in my lap, looking in my face. I'm like, you know, I'm trying to ha. So I pet each one. I gave each one a nice couple pets, and I'm like, all right, you know, get out of here. No, they just come at me, and I'm looking at her, and then I'm looking at the dogs. And I look at her with eyes like trying to tell her, hey, get a handle of these things, get a handle on these animals. But I'm trying to also be polite, so I'm like, you know, you know, they're jumping on me. Anyway, manage la America. So I get up, I stand up, whatever. Later, when I was about to leave, you know, so I go, you know, I sit down, we're talking a little longer. I'm about to leave at this point, right? So we're chatting it up. Again, the dogs are over jumping. There's two Chihuahuas, and they're just out of control. You push them. At this point, you know, I'm getting a little patient, so I push him off. And just plump, I jump back up. Even stronger than before. So I'm just like, oh my God. So you have them there. And then I witness these Chihuahuas, and she is literally making out, open mouth kissing these dogs. The dogs, I can see the tongue just vroom, right up under her gum, in her mouth, against her tongue. And I was just disgusted. I was really disgusted. I looked and I was just like, oh my God. And she's like, what? And I'm like, that's nasty. She got so offended. So I try to backpedal. I'm just like, listen, I'm sorry. She's like, you don't like animals, do you? And she looked at me. It's like so judgmental. I'm like, no, I like animals, okay? I like animals. But, you know, the dog was licking its ass. The other dog was licking the other one's ass. You know, they lick in front, back, side to side. It's nothing. It's just nasty, okay? She's like, well, a dog's mouth is cleaner than the human's. I'm like, pull out my phone, and I'm like, boom, citations that it's fake. This is not true, okay? If you think a dog's mouth is cleaner than the human, this is wrong. This is wrong. It's not true. Google that shit, okay? But anyway, don't matter to me if you kiss your dog. Okay, good for you. You've built a relationship with that dog. You wouldn't make out with a stranger. Why do you expect me to? I could be there because it's passed on. So I have no relationship with these dogs. They're all up in my business. They're all up in my date, you know? And it was an overload. It was an overload because the house was nasty. The dogs, and she got offended. And I'm like, listen, you know, maybe don't do that. You know, maybe we could reach a middle ground. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, just don't make out. She's like, my dogs and I love them. And I'm like, I get that. Maybe, you know, just don't do that. Don't have them lick you in the face. Okay, just have it play. They can lick your hand. They come in your lap. But you got to break that. You don't have them licking your face. And I'm like, I'm sorry. It's a real big turnoff. I don't like it. She just gets really offended. So I'm just like, you know what? And she's like, shit. And I just get up. I just walk out. And I've never seen her or spoken to her again. And it's sad because she seemed like a cool person other than, you know, I'm telling you, you can't move forward with someone who has such habits and keeps a house a dump. You can't. But especially the way I am, you know, I don't move everything. Like everything I own is not like everything perfect. This not. I should use this. This is a non-sponsored cologne, by the way. I should get a sponsor. Anyway, you know, I'm not picky like that, but everybody has the last straw. Everybody has a line. They just can't take it. And like I said, she wasn't willing to meet halfway. I know that she just met me, really, you know. You're not going to give that kind of stuff up for a stranger. But these dogs were the boss, and I could tell I would always be number 4. You know, the dogs would always come first. The dogs would always be up in everybody's business. And I know that eventually I would get tired. I would get tired of these things. I'd probably kick the shit out of one of them. No, I love animals. But, you know, like some passive-aggressive shit would happen. And they're cute dogs. They're not bad dogs. But I just don't want a dog that I've never met before slobber and all. And she didn't have the courtesy. What's the etiquette? If I had dogs, okay, and I've had dogs before, you come over. I'm not letting my dog jump in your lap. I'm not letting my dog lick your face. Okay? And if my dog gets over close to you and you pet it, and then it looks like you've had enough, I'm going to call the dog and be like, come on, go over there, sit over there, bah. And you know, hey, what are you going to do? I'll tell the dog, go over there, sit on your bed. I'm not just going to giggle and be like, ah, ha, ha. People let these chihuahuas get away with stuff. Like society lets some women get away with things. Like seriously, it's seen as non-threatening, right? I'm not trying to make this into some weird thing, but I'm just saying it's seen as non-threatening. So it's just like, you know, it's like the same thing when you know, women molest, you know, children in school. It's just non-seen. People laugh, at least he got... They just don't see it as threatening. They don't see it the same way. And that's the same thing that happens with these chihuahuas. They just get a pass on things. Yet chihuahuas bite people far more than pit bulls. But nobody wants to talk about that. They're annoying. And they're making out with people. No. I couldn't take it. Would you? Did I overreact? What do you think? Did I overreact? What do you think? Like I said, I'm not against animals. God forbid. I love animals. They're good animals. And maybe you're one of those people that makes out with the animal. Good for you. You built a relationship. You're going steady with this animal. You don't go to the pound and just make out with every pup that's there. No, you don't. Because you don't know where they've been. That harlot of a poodle. Anyway, tell me what you think. Am I overreacting? Sometimes I think about it, but... And I'm just like, you know, maybe what's a douche. But I was like, there's so many other things, like the dirty house too and all that other stuff. I look at it and I'm like, it would be a life of hell. It would be a life of hell. No? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, well, no, this is my other channel. So, you know, see you guys until next time.